This was happened during a baseball game with Republicans this morning, and right now we've got Congressman Jeff Duncan, who was there this morning on the phone.
From the upstate. Congressman Duncan, can you hear us?
I can, yes, sir.
Okay, this was at a baseball practice. You've got a game, I believe, tomorrow night at the Nats Park, and apparently you left before this happened. Is that what I understand?
That's correct. I had just left, and actually believe I talked with the shooter on the way out.
And what did you and the shooter, what did you say to him or her?
So as I was leaving, I needed to leave early, and I had a colleague from Florida, Ron DeSantis, with me. And this is the last day of practice before the game. And so anyway, we were leaving, walking through the parking lot. Now, this baseball practice facility is a public facility. It has a walking track around it. It has an area for folks in the area to walk their dogs. There's a YMCA right next door. So it's common to have a lot of, general public in the area just doing their morning routine and workouts. And so we have interacted with the public before. So it didn't really catch me off guard that someone was asking me what the gentleman asked. He said, is this the Republican team or the Democrat team practicing? And I said, the Republicans. And he actually said, thanks. And I got in the car. So it wasn't uncommon for somebody to ask me that question. I get back to Capitol Hill, walk into the gym to shower, and notice a heightened security detail around Speaker Paul Ryan. And then I talked with Paul in the locker room, and he had a worried look on his face, and he did not talk about what was going on. It was only after that I found out that, my colleagues have been shot at on a field that I had just walked off of. And God is so good to get me out of there when he did. I just praise him.
Steve Scalise is the congressman from Louisiana. We understand he was shot in the hip. Is that what you've been hearing from your colleagues?
That's what I'm hearing. I can't verify where he was shot, but he was hit. Some of his detail returned fire. He has a security detail, being in the leadership team. They returned fire on the shooter. I believe there were a total of 4 people that were hit. I believe Scalise might be the only congressman that was hit.
We're also getting more details. Wanted to see if you've heard any of this about Congressman Mo Brooks of Alabama. He was there, may have helped one of the shooting victims in terms of applying a tourniquet of some sort.
Yeah, so I have not heard that. Thanks for sharing that with me. I'm actually headed to the police department in Alexandria because of my interaction with possibly with the shooter. And if it wasn't the shooter may have had an accomplice. I think that's what they want to find out. I can identify the gentleman I talked to. So I'm thankful. I'm the only member of the South Carolina delegation that plays congressional baseball. It's a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Home. We raised over $500,000. The game tomorrow is a national annual event, well attended. Great fundraiser, and early in the morning on a work day we get out and practice, and today we had an incident. It's unfortunate. I want to ask everyone to pray for my colleagues because this is unsettling.
It very much is. Can you just briefly maybe describe, and I'm sure you're going over this in your mind now, you believe that you did either talk to the shooter or an accomplice. Can you describe this person and just what their demeanor was?
Yeah, I mean, this is a park, so nothing about this person jumped out at me as being out of the norm. I'd really rather not describe him publicly until I talk with the police. But as I said, nothing struck me or Congressman DeSantis from Florida as out of the ordinary. With this gentleman. We interact with the public out there from time to time. They're walking around, although we do have a security detail with the whip. It's not uncommon for people to stop and look through the fence and watch what we're doing. I'd rather just hold off on describing this gentleman until after I speak with the police.
Understand completely.
Yeah, Congressman Duncan from our area, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We know you've probably got to move on with your day after a scary and crazy morning. We appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And just to let you know, I'm okay. The rest of the South Carolina delegation's okay. I'm the only one that plays. And I would just encourage everyone to just stop and pray for my colleagues because I have no idea what the situation is with them right now.
All right. Congressman Jeff Duncan from the upstate. Congressman, thank you
you
for being with us again.
We're going to have the latest on this developing breaking news story out of Alexandria, Virginia, where a congressman was shot this morning, coming up here on air and on WSB.